Hello, sunshines. How art thou? How art thou? How was your weekend? Um, how is your weather where you're at? Because here in the east, it is so nice. It's really nice. You don't have to. It's like in between. The weather is pretty good, so I don't need a jacket. You could just go outside and you're good. But yeah, how was your weekend and what did you do? Like, let me know what you do. I'm so interested in knowing what I'm going to be doing this summer because I really don't have a plan. But let me know in the comments what you guys are doing. Because yeah, sister needs some kind of help on what I'm gonna be doing in the summer. But all right, let's get this party started. Um, excuse me, I'm trying to like lift me up a little bit because I'm not feeling too well for some reason. I don't know why. I'm ugh, just not feeling well these days. But it's alright because I still get the party started. I still get everything going and done. So I'm good. But this right here is this topic kind of bothered me. I didn't want to do it for a good while. And then I decided to just step out on faith and do it. Just get it going and make it happen. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know why this is it's telling me that I'm not live, but I am live. I can clearly see I'm live. I don't know why it's saying I'm not, but I'm clearly live. So yeah, this topic was very it's like a controversial such a thing, and I wanted to bring it out in the open because everyone goes through gossip, whether you on the gossiping side or if you're being gossiped about. So that's something that I had really wanted to talk about, especially because it can hinder your business. And that's why I wanted to show examples and tell examples on what it did for me, because I can only talk about me. I can only talk about how it affected me and what it did to my business, what it did to me mentally and spiritually and physically, because people don't realize like all of that buildup can hinder you overall. And so what I did decide to do was just to back me up. I have some people coming on here talking about me and who I am, and not just what you know and what you see, um, how I am on social media, how I am on my channel, but my dear friend that I've known since seventh grade, she's gonna come on and she's gonna talk to you guys as well with the stress that I went through and how I overcame that. She also is someone that I look at as a great example of someone who um, people are going to talk about you. People are going to have something to say, rumors and lies, but I've never really had been around her and saw her entertainment. Um, Today she said, "Yeah, I kind of do, and it hurts. Sometimes I have to say something." But she's not the confrontational person, so whatever circumstances she had to go through, it was done in one of the most like craziest, easiest, simplest, mature thing a person can ever do. Now, that's what I call a real friend, a really good friend. Like, I could tell her my deep, dark secrets and not have to worry about anyone talking about it. And that's something that we're going to talk about as well, because you telling your deep, dark secret to a person who you feel like is your friend, someone who you've been close to for like 15, 16 years. And then next thing you know, you hear what that person said around somebody else, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about as well. And then we're going to talk about how it destroyed some businesses, how what it did to my business, and what I did to fix it. So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, what I am going to do is again have Shay. I've known her way before this whole situation, and I found out that she was around when I first started, and I didn't even realize it. She was like way in the background, but she was around when I first started, and she saw some of the things that I speak about on my podcast, some of the things that, I try to talk about and be discreet. She figures it out. So she's going to talk about some of that as well. And yeah, so let's get going. When I first started my group, which is the Facebook group Grafgans and the Restless. Before that, it was not Grafgans and the Restless, it was Grafgans Unlimited. And Grafgans Unlimited was started off by myself and another young lady named April. Okay? The reason why we started that group was because we had another group, Grafgans Are Us. Now, Grafgans Are Us was originated by a lady from Canada. She's like a grandma. I think that was her name, Grandma something. And she's the one who got me into Grafganning and made me a part of her group, but not just a part of her group. She made me the admin. She made me in charge of everything. And then she also like kind of broke it down to me like, you have your admins and you have like the owner. So she called it like the owner of the group. And after some time, she made me the owner of the group because I'm a fast learner, and I interact with everybody, and I'm just like so engaging, and I love to network. So she saw that in me, and she put me up there, and that's what happened, right? So when that happened, I don't remember how many people were in the group. It wasn't a lot back then, but it was a group where you could go to get graphs. Now, this again back then. So because it was back then, not a lot of people was on the graph GAN train. Not a lot. So this lady, again, she's older than me. She could be my grandmother. She started doing certain things that kind of was sketchy. I didn't understand it. I didn't know why. The other young lady that I had started my new group with, she started kind of sort of disappearing. And then she'll send me a message, Shauna, I can't get back in the group. What's going on? And then when I add her back in the group, it's like, oh, I don't know what happened. So this grandma, I'm gonna call her grandma. So grandma kept acting like she didn't know what was going on. It was a Facebook situation, and I'm new to everything, so I'm like, yeah, it's probably Facebook. It's a glitch, but it just kept happening over and over and over and over again. And then one day, the young lady, I'm gonna call her Marie. The young lady that I started my group with, Marie, said, I think grandma is booting me. I think she is the one that is getting me out of the chat. And I'm like, why would she do that? She wouldn't do that. And she was like, Shauna, look. And she sent me a screenshot. Screenshots. That's another story. She sent me a screenshot of Facebook telling her that this person, which was grandma's page, is the one who keeps blocking you and reporting you. And Marie is like, why? What did I do? Now, let me tell you what Marie did. Marie started to see that graph ganning wasn't all what she wanted to do. Graph ganning was something she liked, but she wanted to write books. She wanted to do so many other things. She was having troubles in her marriage, and she had a child. So with all of these things going on, she confided in grandma and told her that I may not be doing this too long. So grandma got in her head that she don't need to be in here no more. Instead of having that conversation with Marie, she just kept booting her. and blocking her and reporting her, but acting like everything was good. So now I'm caught in the middle, right? Marie is telling me one thing, grandma's telling me another thing. What do? I'm not even gonna lie. I actually was a part of the shenanigans. I was a part of not the resolution, but more so of a toxic chain of events. The chain of events that happened could have been kind of like maybe not stopped altogether because they were going to have their situation regardless, but maybe it would have been minimized if I didn't add to the fire. I literally threw gas at the fire. So, yeah, we're going to be truthful. I'm going to be freaking truthful. I would talk to Marie and I would say, Marie, like that's so wrong. And why would grandma do that to you? That's so wrong. And then I would go with grandma. Well, what did Marie do? Well, why did Marie do that? Oh, grandma, really? And I would be like, Marie, grandma said blah 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 blah. Did you? Did you do that? So in my head, I'm thinking, if I say this to Marie, maybe she will understand this is why grandma did this. Or if I say this to grandma, maybe she will understand Marie just wants to move on. In my mind, that's what I thought. But now looking back at it, I realized I should have minded my goddamn business. Okay. And whatever Marie said to me, keep it. And whatever grandma said to me, keep it. Or I should have said, keep me out of it. I don't want to have anything to do with it at all. That's what I should have done. And the next thing I should have done was vacate the premises ASAP. Now, that's what a grown ass woman should do, but a lot of us don't. And why we don't do it? Because I can't talk for no one else. I can only talk for myself. And to talk for myself, I can say the reason why I did it and the reason why I started like looking back at it, the reason why I did it was because I wanted to be wanted by both of them. I didn't want the rift between everybody. Hello there, how art thou?
Hello.
So I was talking about a situation that happened before I met you. And what I did, I was a part of the shenanigans and it was kind of like my fault. And I kind of like added to it. So mm, to move everything forward, when I met Gail, and I added Gail to the group. I added Gail as like the admin, and we just got closer. We had it was like what about 6 or 7 of us, right? And we had this big family. So I thought of a bunch of people that graphed. Some of us graphed, some of us didn't graph, and we all managed our group. But as we managed the group, of course, there was so much turmoil to the point where we would be talking about people. But to fast forward to the messiness, um, those particular females, they don't mess with me no more. Do you know why, Gail?
No,
You don't?
they all still like me.
They like you, but they don't like me.
Why?
That's what I'm about to tell you.
Maybe do I not know?
I thought you would, but I'm gonna tell you why. And this was only because it bothered me. It bothered me so much because I really did respect these ladies. But the reason why they do not mess with me like that is because of who I am. Now, I taught them all how to graph. I taught them all how to do what I do. And when people get to a certain point and when they get to a certain level, they want to expand, thinking that I will get mad when in reality I embrace it. Why would I teach someone not realizing that, they're going to go out and venture off? I was always told when I was a little girl, help somebody get successful first because it'll always come back to you. That's what I was always taught. You help those people because it always gonna come back to you. So when I taught them people how to graph, I was not expecting anything less from them, but for them to have their own business and for them to be successful. But because they thought that I would be mad, that they wanted to move on, I believe that's why I'm blocked by a lot of people. I believe that's why I'm not. I just told you, right? That I didn't even know some of them had groups. I didn't even know some of them had their own Etsy stores. And that's the thing. Like, I would love to know these things. I would love to like say, well, this person makes this, and you would probably, go to them for that. I can do that if you feel that I am going to get mad. And that right there is toxic between women because men don't do that.
Yes,
Women do it
they do
because
it too.
women are
They,
competing
they
against each
do it.
other.
Men do it too. They do it a little more subtle. They do it. They do it.
Men, well, you know what? It's not as toxic.
It's not cat fights.
Right, right, right,
They
right,
do it too. Let's not get it twisted.
right. I just every time I've been around a lot of toxic people, it's all women. But maybe that's because that's what I was associating myself around, a
Mm.
lot of women. But when we did those groups, it was always something. Always something. So let me also like fast forward a little bit more. All right. So now every couple of years, right, we find a whole new group of people. Always. It's been like that for the past 8 years for me.
You
It's
know what's
always a
funny?
whole group of people.
All those people in the old groups like me. The people that you bring into the new groups don't like me.
I never realized that. And I think you're right. I did not realize that. I think you're right. But the common denominator is they're jealous. That's the common denominator.
I don't know why they jealous when I peek in and peek out. I don't even bother people, but I'm honest. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you, like, that's not right. I think a lot of
So
people
that's also the difference because just on Saturday, what you just said makes a lot of sense. Just on Saturday, when I was on Busy Peaches Saturday morning shenanigans, she mentioned that she loves the fact that I am brutally honest to her and other people. The reason why is because I rather say that don't look right, or I just don't think I would make that because I'm not going to make a lot of things that other people are going to make, and vice versa. But I am not that person that's going to say, ah, that's so beautiful. That's so, oh my God, I love it. When I really don't because I need a friend. That's not me. I'd rather be a friend with someone who's going to be truthful and tell
Mhm.
me, girl, that don't look right. Or that's not you. Because that's what Gil does to me. She'll say, girl, that don't look right. You know that don't look right. You know good and well that is not you. That's not what you produce. Or she'll crack on something like if I remember the fingers, she'll crack on it. She'll crack on it. But the thing about it is, I could be upset, but I respect it
Cause you
because
know it's true.
it's true. And not only is it true, you told me. You didn't tell Crystal, Shelly, Dory, and Deisha. You didn't tell them. You told me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did tell them, I was sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I respect. And that's what I learned. That's another thing that I learned, to keep those people around you that you can trust, keep those people around you that want to see you succeed and who are very powerful women. And Gail is one of those people that I keep around because of all of those.
Well,
And, huh?
I said, well, thank you.
Of course. And that's why I also feel my business is banging because I had that support. When I wasn't doing so well. I wasn't doing so well. I didn't look well. I didn't feel well. I didn't do what I supposed to have done. She was there and she would say, "You know you can do it. You need to get up. You need to get off of social media. You need to do." I need that. And so do all of you. You need those people in your life that's not gonna hinder you. Because I actually had people that said, "Oh, don't worry about what she said. Go take your nap, girl. You need your rest." But then I thought about it. Those are the same people that talk about me behind my back.
Mm.
Those are the same people that don't care that my end all goal is to be an entrepreneur and to make sure I pass stuff down on to my boys. They don't care about that. And that bothered me. That bothered me.
Users.
Very much so. But I wanted you, Gail, to be on here to verify because I don't like to just to talk out my ass. I like to be able to say the things that I'm saying, but to have backup because I actually experienced a lot of this. I was on both sides. I was the one gossiping, and I was the one who actually was being gossiped about.
Mm.
I think you, Gail, too, told me about other people who was saying stuff about me. And it hurts. But then when you take a look back at those people, a lot of them are not even around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
At all. They're not even around. So that's something I had to learn. And I always watch The Color Purple. But it was something that I really, really, really could not ever forget was when Silly was like, you do unto anything that you do to me has already
Been done to you.
right. And I kept saying that over and over and over and over and over again because like it doesn't matter how many times people try to
The jail
bash
you
me.
condemn me in is the one that you already rotten in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
And
can know all of her sayings.
I love Color Purple, man. I
Mm.
love and you don't realize like it's so many different messages in there and some people like don't even pay attention to them, but I do. I pay attention to all of those messages. And then you gotta live by especially anything that Whoopi Goldberg or Oprah Winfrey is in. Um they're very successful women. They overcame a lot of obstacles and that's the type of person that I would want to go under. So the latest gossip. What's the latest gossip? Do you know, Gail?
No. Do I know?
Look at your face. You like what? What do I know?
Do I know? I'm not on social media that much.
Me neither. So I have no idea what's the
Let me tell
latest
you,
gossip.
the gossip for me, I don't care. It's 24 hours in a day and it's not enough time to take care of everything I need to get done. So I don't care. Is it gonna make
Exactly.
is it gonna make you money?
Exactly.
You gonna lose sleep? Well, what's the latest gossip? What is it?
I don't know. That was the point. I don't care.
I I have no clue.
Because you want to know what though? If I was to put in the description, I got the latest tea, it'd probably be like 50 damn people on here. Because
Mm,
that's the problem with us. We want that latest tea because we want to feed on everybody else's misery
mm,
because it takes away the misery that we are going through. So that's what people want. They want to feed on everybody else's misery, everybody else's problems and issues because if you're talking about my issue and my problem, then that takes away from what the hell you're going through.
mm,
So there was another incident that happened and I'm gonna mention it, and I'm only gonna mention it because it's a really good example of how it can affect your business. This I am really, really, really dedicated to those who say I want to learn. You want to learn? Or if they say, I'm just not getting any orders, I'm struggling, I want to know how to make more money. I am really dedicated and I really want to help you. So if you're selling something, I'm going to buy.
I'm going to stop you. A lot of you guys say you really don't get orders and you really want to do it. Don't do the work. You see the beginning and the end. Nobody wants to do the work in the middle. Just like working out. You see somebody fat and then you see them toned. I want that. I want to, but they never want to do the work in the middle. It bugs me. It really bugs me. Like, you want this, you want to do this. I don't feel like doing that. Ain't nobody gonna bat it. How do you know if you don't make it?
Right.
And how do you know your work is even worth it to pay? You have to do it over and over and over again to get to that level where people want to pay.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Consistency is key.
Yes.
I had to learn that, and I had to learn that the hard way. I really did. I had to learn that the hard way. But yeah, the thing about the me and some people, Gail had mentioned, I used to get mad at Gail for buying items from people that I felt was not worth it. I felt wasn't worth it. But she is the type of person that wants to support other businesses, even if she needs it or don't need it. The thing about it is, what bothered me was the people that she was purchasing from, I felt did not deserve it. That's what I felt. But who am I to say that someone don't deserve a business? I just felt like they didn't.
They're not worthy.
I felt they didn't deserve it.
But everybody got to start somewhere.
But do you see now? If for some reason I felt, or like I could see by some people's actions and by some people's
but
like the words.
I see it too, but I still support sisterhood. I may buy from you one time. That might be it. But I try to support everybody. If it's somebody I just don't mess with, I won't. But somebody that I see is really out there, really trying, I'll support them. I will.
Yeah, I agree. And I would too. And that's kind of sort of what kind of hurt me with what I'm about to say. And it kind of went messy. But it went messy, but because I am who I am now, I'm not the one that was back then spreading the gossip. I am way different now. But when
Is this year?
Between last year and this year, within the year.
Okay.
Yeah, within the year. So I would purchase from this person. I would support this person. I think I even gave this person free grass because I wanted this person to learn. But this person never bought anything from me. Never bought anything from me, never took a class that I did, never. And the crazy thing is, because of the person that I am, she could have went in a class for free. That's because I just felt that she wanted help and she needed the help. So I found out that this person decided to do her own business based off of, I don't even know based off of what. I have no idea based off of what, but she decided to do her own thing, her own business. And when I found out from shade. And the shade that I got was like, that wasn't even necessary. And then I get the subliminal messages, the hashtags, the queens are going to be queens. You just see all of that. And sometimes we think it may be about us, but I know. I know it is. I know it is. And what did I do with that information? Absolutely nothing. You know why? Because if you feel like you have to do that and you feel like you have to go a certain path because you're not getting it in that other path, then do you. I pray that you are successful in what you do. And I pray that it works out. But to be real honest with you, the way you go about it, and then when it's messy, it does not work. When you go about certain things messy and you go about certain things the wrong way, it's very, 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 very messy. And the crazy thing is, if you would have had that networking, or if you didn't like step on my toes, you could have been way larger than what you are now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But that's part of the gossiping, the shadiness that goes on social media, and how it could affect your business, because it affected hers. And the reason why I say it affected hers is because I could have given you the right tools to move forward with what you want to do, but because you didn't take that, you're struggling. You're struggling. And networking for me helped me so much. It got me to where I am now. You have to not only network with good, powerful people, but women who you feel comfortable with, women and men who have your back. And I learned how to walk and talk along those lines. And when I start seeing the shadiness and the gossip in person, I kind of like shade away. And that's what we all have to do. We kind of have to like
Yeah,
move
who
away.
is this queen? Okay.
I'm pretty sure you know who it is. You really don't know. That's a shame.
I don't know who we talking about. I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that not everybody on social media is your friend,
Period.
because you can tell someone your deep dark secret, because we don't have a lot of friends, right? So you could tell someone your deep dark secret, and that person may keep it for a couple of months, but when they feel like they need to use it against you, they will use it against you, because that happened to me as well. Because I felt like I could talk to some people. I felt like, oh, we've been friends for so long, because I feel like on social media, you could be friends with someone a little bit more than persons that are here around you. Because my best friend that's going to come on, we talk on the phone, we may text, but I engage with Gail way more than I do with her. And I've known her since 7th grade. And I don't know, I guess because I'm always picking up my phone. I guess it's because, social media, and she has a common bond with me with crochet. But we tend to be on social media a little bit more than being with our actual friends at home. So because of that, you start building trust with certain people. And then that person, you don't really know who they are behind the screen. You may think, what scares me is someone who is really, really, really legitimate, and want to learn and want to grow with their business, and they get hooked up with the wrong person, and then bam, because of group association, that messes everything up. That messes up a lot for a lot of people. That group association kind of sort of hindered me some opportunities that I thought that I was able to get on. So I told another young lady some information that I thought that would be able to help her. And I also mentioned to this young lady that the person that she was kind of sort of talking with, this was a while ago. I told her that, just, if she's teaching you how to do certain things, just be careful, because I see that she may need a little bit of help. Now that was wrong of me. I should have never said that. I should have went directly to the other person. And then I thought about it. I did. I went directly to this particular female.
Girl, I know what
And
you're talking about now.
Lord Jesus.
I just had a brain fart. Like, what are you talking about?
Jesus. So I went directly to this particular female, and I told her about her pictures. You could see things that you shouldn't see in pictures, and she actually said, "Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know." But when I spoke about it with the other chick, she ran and told her. And I was like, but whatever I said it to you already. But to be honest with you, I should have never said anything. So I learned to just shut the hell up, keep my mouth closed, and don't engage in any of that. And do you want to understand something? That's when my business also started like growing more. My business started like growing more when I hit all that messy stuff out, when I stopped engaging in that drama,
When you
when I
stop
was in
trying to
groups with
collab
drama.
with people who were not worthy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Cause you was picking girls. I'm like,
It's not that I was just
not
picking
picking,
them.
but not picking, but choosing.
How else was I gonna know though?
Watch their Facebook.
See, that's another thing I don't.
Sometimes you can see some people kind of messy on Facebook. Not all of them, but some of them you be like, you kind of raunchy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I learned.
It's
Lesson
okay.
learned.
I have lessons learned too, but if it's not for the teacher, we will not learn a lesson. Sometimes people can tell you stuff, unless you walk that walk, you won't learn.
Right.
You won't learn.
Right.
And stop
Exactly.
and stop doing C2C, y'all. But okay, we moving on.
Shade. Shade. We trying to get rid of the messiness.
I'm serious.
It's actually facts, but that's shade. Shade. I think that also that want to we want to grow and be better, be bigger than ever. You want to be that Oprah, you want to be the, you know, top paid woman. Well, that's not your life. That's Oprah's life. That's not your life. Your life is something that you have to manifest on your own.
I get it. I know for me, I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. I think I want to make a little noise, be comfortable, but I don't have to be the it girl. Cause I can't do everything. And I'm not even gonna try.
Right.
You know how many people be like, I need some clothes. Eh, eh. No, not my lane. It's not my gift. But I see beautiful work, but it's just not for me. I'm the blanket girl. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do. And I've tried to venture other ways and I don't like it. I'm bored. But the blankets give me life. Why is that? They just fun. I
Probably
mean,
because to be honest with you, I just realized something that I didn't realize in the past, and I've been doing graphic ends for a long time. I realized that it's actually simple. Like,
it's peaceful.
you know exactly what the outcome is going to be. You know what you're starting with. You know what you're going to end with, and you just follow that grid back and forth, and
Hold on.
it's all good.
I'm gonna just press mute for a minute.
It's all good after that. And the thing about it, when I was trying to do the whole clothes thing that Gail told me not to do, when I tried to do the whole clothes thing, I want to say it's not my thing now, because when I did it, I had to learn so much more with sizing and how this is going to look on this person and how that's going to look on that person. And it was just something that would bother me if it didn't look right on someone. But I know that blanket is gonna come out exactly how I planned it. And I don't have to do it 20 times, take it out or whatever. I could just do it. So I could see
It's
that
peaceful.
is, yeah, it can be peaceful. Yeah.
All them measurements, all them people with their round sizes,
Yeah.
everybody with the extra filter, everybody with the extra boob, everybody that say they wear a 34C and you really need a 34 triple D. I am not on it.
Yeah. And that's why I had to say, okay, deuces for the
And the
clothes.
clothes, a lot of people don't wear the correct size. Crochet items fit. So when they fit and they don't fit the way they want them to fit because it fit on somebody else differently, this doesn't fit. Okay, Pooh.
Yeah, because that's another. We don't see that side. We don't see that side. We just see the finished product. But then, like I proved throughout the many people that came on here, a lot of people who make clothes are not really making it for people. They're making it for show. They're doing it because it's something that they like to do.
Trendy.
Right. And that's the reason why you have a whole lot of competition and backstabbing and the messiness, because everybody wants to get what's in trend. And because everybody's rushing to do this, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. And you know what? Social media also kind of made it worse too, because now they have that recommendation thing. So when the recommendation comes up and somebody say, "Do you know anybody that know how to crochet?" I think that's the worst shit ever. It is. I exit to the left. And then somebody said, "That is just so rude of you." But you want to know something? I think that the reason why I do it is because I don't want competition. I don't want to have to say to this person,
I
"I
don't
can
want to have
do
to
this and I can
sell
do that."
myself. You don't want to sell yourself.
Right, exactly. Because it has gotten messy in one group just because of that. In one group before the pandemic, it was someone asking for those I think it was like a star baby star thing, and someone asked for that, and then it was like a bunch of people tagged, and when a friend tagged a crocheter, then you have all these other people coming in. This person could do it, that person could do it, and you may get tagged like 5 times, but that person who's asking for something has to choose which one they want. So, what a person who really needs the business gonna do is inbox them. So that's what this person did. She inboxed this particular person and she was like, "I could do it for you when you want it. I could do it for you right now." That was just, that
Thirsty.
was so thirsty. But anyway, the girl entertained it. And when she entertained it, she didn't look at anybody else's work. And when she made it, she said, "This is what I wanted and this is what I got." Blasted the girl. Blasted her like crazy. It was messy, very, very unprofessional. And the girl was trying to justify everything but the truth. You did not know what you were doing. You took it because you needed the money. And that right there is the problem with social media. That's the problem with our business. You just did that. You rushed to do it when you was not even ready.
Didn't know
And
how to
now
construct
your
it.
business is compromised.
Didn't know how to construct it.
No.
Mm.
Like, it's easy to say I could do it and then go online and search for a pattern. The thing about it is if you did not do it, that's the difference. You go by the pattern, but what if you can't read that pattern? What if the pattern is kind of discombobulated?
Or advanced.
Right. And you don't know how to read it. You are trying to figure out, okay, is there a video version? Okay, how do I do this? Like, come on. We got to think smarter with our business. And this is why I exit to the left. Now, everything, just about everything that people put up in the like recommending, I could make. And I'm not just saying that. I can actually make it. The thing about it is I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to make it. Sometimes I think it's ugly. Sometimes I'll be like, why you want that? And I'm serious. Why would you want that? It's ugly. But I even had people say, "Can you make that remember the scarf with the
No,
pocket?"
remember the Bernie doll? No, I cannot. I had so many people. Can you make me this? No. Come on,
But
come on,
why
come on.
though? Because
No.
it was trendy. That's it.
But
You
you're
want
not
to be
gonna
able
want
to
to pay
say,
me
"I
for my
have
time. I
this."
didn't want to do that.
No, I'm not a aragorumi type of person anyway. I can't do it. I don't do aragorumi. I don't do that. I'm a Amaragarumi. What is it?
Erigarami.
No, it's different. Yeah, I had a whole class with Busy Peach. She told me and I forgot because I don't do it. I don't really care. I really don't care. But yeah, that's how it messed up her this particular young lady's business. And I actually check up because I'm just like that. I check up to see if she's not even crocheting anymore. That hurt her so bad. She's not even crocheting anymore. There's another young lady that I myself um I support her 100% still to this day. But it's like I feel in my heart when you dealing with someone, you could tell that their messiness is going to cause them to not be successful. And no matter how many times I spoke to this person, no matter how many times I never met her a day in my life before, but no matter how many times I spoke to her, how many times I tried to help her, I kind of deep down in the back of my mind knew that it kind of wasn't gonna work. So she's very messy. Everything is y'all this, y'all that, y'all stupid, y'all this, y'all yeah. Everything about her is that. And I realized like it has to be something deep, deep inside of her that's going on. And I found out that she was going through a lot, but she was taking it out on everything, everybody, social media. It was argument here, it was messiness here. She was in this group and she was saying that she was a victim. She said that she was the victim, and because she told somebody that she trusted something that was going on with her, the personal. I'm not putting her business out there, but something that she really was going through personally. She told me too, and even Gail don't know. I'm not going to do that to that girl, but yeah. So she told something really personal to someone else, and that person got mad at her and aired it in a group. Aired her dirty laundry in that group.
She knew where it
And
came
yeah, the girl said she did it. And she said she didn't
from.
care.
Mm.
Yeah, the girl said, yeah, I said it. And what? And what?
Bitches.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was so like, to me, it was heartbreaking me seeing that because I was in a position almost like this young lady.
Mm.
And to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like I was homeless before, and if I was in a hotel or in a shelter or whatever, and I'm crocheting to keep my mind sane, and somebody's saying that all up, like I don't need nobody to know unless I said it that I'm in a hotel or if I'm in a shelter or if my child is with someone else. Like I don't
Mm.
need all of that. I don't need all of that. And but you want to know something? She's not a victim. And a lot of people probably be like, how could you say that? How could you? She's not the victim. You know why? Because she told her business. She told her business to not just that young lady. She told it to me. And I'm pretty sure she told it to other people, not even knowing us personally. So she can't be a victim of what this young lady did to her if you put yourself in that situation.
This is off subject. Blind Stitches asked me, "Hi, Miss Gail. What are some crochet items that you can make off of creating for the season? I am blind. I am a blind crusader, and I'm trying to make some income, but I don't know what to sell. How can we help her? What's her level
Oh,
of crochet? What do you like to make?
wait a minute. Are you with Froggy? Are you doing the blind crochet challenge, the video? Because that's what I was that's what I want to do too. I wanted a bunch of us
She
to
said
do the
I am
blind
a
challenge.
blind crusader, so she must be blind.
Yeah, I think she's with Froggy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what can you do and what do you love to do? It's got to be something that you love to do. It's got to be something that
That you
you
can do and you love to do.
and you love to
That you
do.
don't mind doing it, because if you just do it for the money, you're gonna get bored. For me. That's for me. Cause I thought I was gonna stop making hats, but I come to realize I love the hats. I do. I love to see all the different colors. I like to see that they have choices. It's fun.
Right. Yeah, do what you want to
But them
do.
GD swimsuits, I'm good at them.
You talking about the swimsuits?
For me, the ones that I was making, I'm pretty decent at them, but I don't want to make them. They so boring. I got all this beautiful cotton. I'm gonna start making baby stuff out of that stuff.
Lord.
I'm over it. I got a girl right now. She wants some swimwear. I went and bought everything for it. That thing's still sitting in the bag. It's terrible.
Don't she need it by a certain time or date?
I didn't take any money.
Well, I don't do that either. I don't take any money, so you can't
I'm not
say
taking no
anything to
money
me.
unless I know I'm gonna do it.
I do the same exact thing because I'm not in the place where I was before. See, that's messy too. I'm not in the place where I was before, where I took the money and then it's like, okay, where my stuff? Where my stuff? Where my stuff? I'm not like that no more. I'm good now. All right, so we're gonna introduce my bestie.
Hey,
Hey!
Hey girl.
how you doing?
Absolutely wonderful, sis. Hi, Juanita.
Yes.
Don't be
So
trying to take
Gail,
my throne.
Juanita, Gail. So this is my Ohio friend, my Ohio
How you
bestie, and
doing,
this is my
Gail?
New Jersey
Absolutely
bestie, my
Hi.
childhood
wonderful.
girl.
Hey, it's a party.
How art thou?
Thou art
Good,
well.
good,
How art
good.
thou?
So that's where I got that from her.
Yes, me. It's me.
I got how art thou from her.
Do you crochet at least?
I don't.
Oh,
I do not.
okay. I like your hair.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
it's nice.
It's pretty.
It is. It's nice.
Thank you.
You welcome.
So I asked my girl Juanita to come on here because she knew me from 7th grade, right? And I always looked at her as the one who was way more mature than I was.
Period. Pooh.
Because I could be messy. I could be messy. But she wasn't. She's
I
not messy. You're
don't know
not.
about all that, but
You're not messy. You're not. You're not messy. Compared to me, you're not messy.
I
You
have
would
my
keep your mouth shut.
I have my fair share of mess. I'm just saying.
Lord. Lord. But yeah,
Mhm.
there was an incident that happened between us because not only were we in school together, we also had a club together. We both Eastern Stars. So we had a chapter together and there was some messiness in the chapter. And the messiness is kind of sort of what destroyed our chapter. The
Right.
messiness destroyed our chapter.
Right.
So first of all, do you want to explain a little bit of how you feel I am when it comes to drama and mess and stuff? And be honest, you ain't gotta lie. I already told this stuff anyway.
Well, in my opinion, I just think that whatever is on your mind at that time and at that moment, you are going to say it. If you don't like something, if you see that something is not right, you just gonna speak on it. Whatever comes to mind first, it's there. That's you.
Oh Lord.
That's you. No matter what. No matter who like it, who don't like it, it don't matter. You gonna say it.
Yeah, but was that something that caused the demise in in our chapter or in
No. So I say I even though you approached it in that manner, I feel like the issues that caused you to even have to say something to in the first place, that's what the issue was. You know, you know, sometimes you would come out and ask a question or two to me or whomever, and try to like work it out and try to figure some things out. But sometimes we have to just say what it is and try to get through it, right? And try to be able to move forward. And that didn't always happen. And that wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. It was just because of the mess that was happening, right?
right. Right.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, that's really what it was.
Right. So sometimes I be thinking that I'm helping a situation when it may not be help. It might be more toxic.
Right.
I think
And
sometimes we can't always point out the obvious. You know, a lot of times you see something, you be like, well, such and such, such. You be like, don't open up the elephant in the room when we all see it.
right.
Oh
And,
Lord.
and a lot of people that's the thing. A lot of people don't want you to open up those skeletons in the closet. They don't want you to, want you to notice or point out what's happening and what's going on. They just want to continue to do what they're doing, um, to mess things up because they have
Right.
their own hidden agendas, whatever it may be.
Right. And that's basically what I was going through. And that's basically why I just had to like shut a lot of people out, especially when it came to my business. And to have your own business
Right.
and out here on social media and whatever, people hide behind the screen and say all this stuff and you can't do anything about it. That's what really bothers me because I'm also like a hands-on chick too.
Right.
Like I'm a
Very hands
Jersey
on.
girl.
Very
Huh?
hands on.
Oh,
Very
very
hands
hands-on, right? I'm a Jersey girl at the end of the day.
on.
How art thou?
Hi.
That's Shay. Shay Juanita. Juanita Shay.
Why are
How
you
you
on
doing,
twice?
Shay? I have no clue. I do see myself twice.
I only
I
see
don't.
I see myself twice.
I don't. I don't know why you on twice.
I see me up in the screen with you three, and then it's me at the bottom across. With it says you're in a show.
Oh, I can see myself like that too at the bottom.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
I only see you.
Oh, I don't worry about that other one.
Okay.
Nobody else can see that.
Oh.
Just us.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, wait, Shay, but Shay should know that though.
No, no, it was really weird. Hold on.
But also I had wanted you to like
Oh,
speak about in your workplace because you deal with a lot of other people and especially with kids and whatever. How does drama and stuff affect your workplace?
there we go. I fixed it. Hi, Juanita.
Hi. So I deal with all kind of different personalities and all kind of different people that have whether it be mental illness or they suffer from whatever. So it's important for me to understand um, my my own personal uh, thoughts and feelings about whatever their situation is and put that to the side, right? So it's not personal. There's nothing personal. This is something that I'm trying to help somebody with, so I have to keep that in mind. No matter how frustrated I might get with somebody, no matter how upset I may seem, because some people just don't get it, right? But I'm just thinking about how I would want somebody to treat me if I was in their shoes. So I treat people with respect. To the best of my ability. Don't get me wrong. I get frustrated sometimes, and things happen. And then I say what I need to say to them. We have some kind of conversation going back and forth, and we try to work past that. Most times it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But I can't hold on, and I can't, continue to just let things go and go and go and go and go. Because at some point we have to end. You know, and you can't. Life is way too short for you to be holding on to grudges.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you have to be able to say how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and be able to move forward before you lose yourself.
Right.
That and I know it's definitely easier said than done. It definitely is.
Exactly.
But you have to find what works for you. Because what may work for me and how I do things may not work for you. It may, but it may not. So you find what works best for you. If you feel like you need to have a powwow with somebody at first before you come out and make a statement to somebody, then you do that. Have this discussion, iron it out, then you say what's on your mind and what's going on and what's happening. Sometimes that works for people.
So before you go, I have one question.
Hmm.
What if I want to ask you a question because I know what I would do, and sometimes that might not be a good idea.
I'm gonna be signing off too when she sign off.
Yeah, she about to leave now. But after this question, what would you do if you had someone who came to you and said they wanted to learn how to do what you do, and they come to you every day and you help them, and then next thing you know, they start stealing your work, stealing your ideas, it's talking about you. What would you do?
Well, people talking about me all my life. If they ain't talking about you, it ain't right. No, I'm teasing.
My mama said they
No.
talked about Jesus.
That's right. They did. They sure did. People going to talk about you. A lot of people, unfortunately, are very envious of you and what you do and how you do it, because you do it so well. And so people want to be, just like you, but they can't be because they're not you. That's one thing you have to understand. Um, the talking about you and all of that stuff, that's neither here nor there, because they're going to do that anyway. Whether you do something good for them or not, they're going to do it anyway, right? In terms of the stealing, I don't know how that necessarily goes, but I do think that it should be addressed um, in a professional way and handled in a professional way. But the
Okay.
talking about, they're going to do that. But again, at the end of the day, you have to know and understand what you do and how you do and the skill that you have. That's for you.
But everybody's
Yeah.
gonna try their hand at it, because if you doing it and it looks easy, just like everything we tried. I first seen somebody with a graph. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. Everybody's gonna try it, and sometimes
Right.
it's not there. It's just not for them. So
Right.
I can't say that they taken away from you, because they didn't take away from you, because everybody not sitting at your table anyway.
Right.
They wouldn't care.
Right.
Care. That don't mean they're gonna stay there.
Right.
Not take it from you, because the people that they hoard in their way, they were never your customers anyway.
Right.
Right.
Somebody probably just got on there just to see if they can learn your skill and learn what you doing, just so they could do what they did to you.
And they doing it $10 cheaper, so they think they're gonna learn something when they haven't
right.
learned anything.
Right.
Pitch fiddle.
Right. Right.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much, Gail and Juanita. I appreciate y'all being
You're
very
welcome.
truthful and letting me know that I am just brutally honest.
You're
Yes,
honest. It's all good. It's all good. That's what makes you you.
But sometimes it may not be like I
get it.
remember calling you and asking you because it started bothering me when
Right.
I would say something to someone because I'm thinking that it's going to help them.
Right.
Or I shouldn't, if I'm your friend, I don't want to say that looks good or yeah, no, because I'm lying. It don't. It's ugly.
Right.
Like
Right.
I called you about that. Like, what should I do? And I'm still having an issue with that because still people get upset because I say certain things. They can't handle what I say. Even on here, when I say certain things, I get messages saying that was so wrong. You shouldn't say that about people. Everybody work differently. Everybody's work is not like yours. And that's not what I said. I know everybody's work is not like mine. But if I am helping you and let me just say, if you are learning something and you feel like you got it down pat, there's still room to grow.
Always.
That's where my issue was lying at. My
Always.
issue lies with those people that feel like they know everything and don't need help.
But guess what? That's not your issue.
So that's the problem. I took it
That's
on.
their issue.
That's my problem. I took it on.
Yes, you putting in and taking in what their issues are. You do what you do. You teach what you need to teach. You make what you need to make. If they feel like they got it, okay, fine. That's on them. But if you're continuing to give them advice and say, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do the other thing, and they choose not to take that, again, that's on them. Stop taking that personal because that's not on you. Everybody and everybody should know. Everybody should know. I don't care how much you went to school. I don't care how much teaching you have done. You learn something every single day that you are alive. Every single day.
I'm still learning.
Right.
And I have no problem.
Right. We are all learning.
Right.
No matter what it is, whatever field we are in, whatever we're doing, we are still learning. And as long as you have that, you'll be fine.
Thank you. I love you so much.
I love you too. Deuces.
Deuces. See y'all, girl. See you when Juanita.
Okay, see you later.
Ryan, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Ryan. So it's another phase of my life. There's another phase of my life that Shay came in. Shay has been around for such a long time, and I didn't even realize it. She showed me that she was around when I mentioned certain things that was in the podcast, and after the podcast, she'd be like, well, who was it? Was it this person or was it that person? So she kind of sort of been around with all the drama, even with grandma. I think you was around with grandma.
I think
And
like 2013
yep.
because I started crocheting in 2012.
Yeah. So that was when that situation happened with grandma and Marie. And it kind of turned toxic to the point where I was blocked. And you stepped into that group. You was a part of that group. Because that group said anyone who is in my group cannot come into that group. So you had to go look at everybody who's on my group just to make sure that they didn't go into that group. Now, how freaking crazy and messy is that?
And not only did they do that, they left a training because of somebody who was in your group.
They left the what?
They were doing a training. Like we were learning Tunisian crochet, a Afghan Tunisian crochet, and there was a young lady whose father had passed away. And she was in your group, and I guess somebody from the group gave condolences, and the person left because she would not leave because she was in your group. That's how serious it was.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But the group is not there anymore.
I don't know because I honestly don't even remember the name of the group. I still have the chat though.
I looked. It's not.
Well,
That's because she was sick. She was mentally sick and caused so much unnecessary issues. So much that it started, it was so toxic for me because I was living my life daily talking about it instead of focusing on what my crochet should be, what more I wanted to learn, what my business should be. I was focused on that. So that's where our energy, when we go through this messiness and this drama, our energy is focused on it. And we're so like focused and we want to talk to this person about it and talk to that person about it because it's something that we look forward to. Wake up in the morning and be like, oh, let me go call this person or let me talk to this person because we need to talk about this. We need to rectify it. And because we keep entertaining it over and over and over again and giving it so much time and energy, it does not help us mentally. It didn't help me physically because I found out like I wasn't even eating, I wasn't sleeping. I was like literally exhausted from all of the stuff that was going on. And it wasn't just going on in one direction, it was so many different directions. And she thought that she was doing something to protect her group. In reality, it was not protecting her group. And then it kind of like everybody was getting upset or mad because they were like, well, she won't let me in her group because I'm a part of this group. Not no one person left my group to go to her. So it didn't.
it backfired.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I said earlier. Um, what you do, what you feel like you're going to do to me, it's already been done. That's what Silly said in Color Purple. It's already been done. It's already been done. What do
Period.
you? It's not new at all.
You
So
reap what you sow.
exact, and I lived it. I lived it because I'm not a malicious person. I'm not a really bad person. I'm a product of a person who is hurt. So when I hurt, I want others to hurt. So if you hurt me,
People hurt
I'm going to
people.
do something to hurt you. And that's what happened. But I learned because I'm 43. Am I 43? 42?
Yes.
43? Okay.
You're
So
43
I'm
now.
43 now. That I've been stopped all of that. I don't even entertain it. Even those people that I know don't like me, I don't have no bad wishes on them. I actually pray for them. Back in the days, like 10, 12 years ago, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. I'm not stopping. I'm gonna make you feel it. I'm gonna make you feel what you thought you was gonna do to me. And I realized that I was spending so much energy on that, and I lost people. I lost valuable people because they saw the toxic stuff. Because I was so focused on that toxic mess that I would post stuff about it and I would talk about it because I want everybody to talk about it. I also felt like I was defending myself, which I really didn't have to, but I also felt like if somebody is out there already talking about me and they're spitting this and that to other people, I felt like if I was on top of it, if I post about it, that people know my side. Because I felt like people had to know my side. I'm going to be very, very, very honest. Just stopped that about a year or two ago because it was so um it was so easy for someone to get to me by saying she's this, she's that, and then someone sends a screenshot. Be careful with them screenshots because that is what happened. I get screenshots when you are a part of a group and you are the admin of that group, moderator of that group. There's going to be members that's going to say, your loyal members, they're going to say, I was in this group and This is what they said, and your name came up, and bam. That happened to me all the time. You want to know what I had to do to stop it? I had to keep saying, I don't want to know. So somebody said, oh, I can screenshot. No, I don't want it. I don't want to know. Don't worry. I had to say that. And the fact that I had to say it, what made me think I had to stay away from that person. So once I realized this person is messy, I had to stay away from them. And that's what others should do as well. Because the more we shut that down, the more it's not a lot of drama, because that person that wants to keep spitting out drama and lies and rumors, they don't have the attention that they need if you're saying, I don't want to hear it.
So they go find new people.
They can. They can find new people
It
as
ain't
long
me.
as it's
That's
not
how
you. As long as it's not you. But that's the reason why rumors and lies and messiness keep going, because everybody wants to know tea. Everybody want to start sipping tea. Everybody wants shade. Everybody want to know what's happening. When Clubhouse came out, it was like, oh, I want to go to Clubhouse. What's up with this Clubhouse? Can you somebody invite me? Like, everybody wanted to be up on it. Once they got in there, then it was the little cliques. The little cliques talking about this and talking about that. And that ruined some friendships, some so-called friendships, because if you was a real friend, that wouldn't have bothered you. But all those people have in their description, this is my business. This is this is that. But you are posting all this mess. You're posting cuss words. You're posting nudity. You're posting all of this stuff. So when you're wondering why I cannot get any customers, read your posts. Read some of your posts. Go back to memory. Because I did.
Oh, honey, that's one reason why Facebook and I got two accounts, because I'm me. I don't put family except for extended, but close family, customers, or if you do, you're gonna be blocked where you can only view like public stuff, which I'm not posting my personal stuff on public.
I did a lot of that. This was years ago, though. This was years ago. This was my oldest probably wasn't even born. Or maybe he was a baby because he's about to be 12. But I don't know. Like, I think because my life was so horrible and so messy and so chaotic that I wanted to get my mind off of it. And because I wanted to get my mind off of my mess, I would indulge in other mess. And that's something that I had to learn. Like, one person that I respect so much. I respect this lady because she just gives me so much class. She When I made my new group, which is the group that we are in now, when I made my new group, I had to leave the old group because of drama. So I left that old group and started going into this new group. Because I really, admire this person, I sent her an invite. She declined it. And then I realized like a week or two later, she's not in the group because Facebook don't tell you that the person declined it. I just noticed that she wasn't in there no more. She wasn't in there, period. So then I sent another one. I guess she did. She declined that too. So then, like maybe 2-3 months later, I sent her a message. I was like, "Hi, this is my group. I just wanted to know if you want to be a part of my group." And she actually said to me, "No, thank you." That hurt. That hurt. That hurt me so bad because I'm like, well, dang, what the hell? What did I do? What did I do for this lady to not even want to be in my group? Drama. Who wants to be 40, 50, 60 years old in a group with just drama? Who?
A
No
drama queen.
one. You don't want to be in a group where everybody is bashing you. Everybody is talking about this person. Everybody's talking about that person and laughing about that person. Like, it's so much drama that it causes everyone to just be apart, just to feel the drama. And when you do that, it's taken away from what we originally supposed to be doing, is and that's inspiring each other, learning from each other, crocheting and chatting together. Like, we can't even do that if that's all you're gonna do is um start sipping tea. And that's what
I
I
like
had to learn.
I like coffee.
Crystal, thank you so much. Can you do me a favor, because I get like so many messages? Can you inbox me your link to your group, and I will be more than happy to come and be your member.
And Blind
I love
Stitches
it.
responded too. She's the one who does work with Froggy. Yep, you got it.
Awesome. You guys have a date? Is there a cutoff limit or something? Because I want to put it in my group. And when I put it in my group, I want, a bunch of us to do it. And we'll do like a hashtag thing, and I'll put it on Facebook. So just let me know if there's like a cutoff time, because we actually are currently doing another challenge, but the video that's really simple. And you can make baby blankets, baby dresses, and baby cardigans. Do it. What I would do right now is just do gifts. That's what I did in the beginning. I did a lot of gifts. I would gift it. Anything that I felt I wanted to do, wanted to learn, I would practice on a gift for someone. And the more gifts that I started posting and giving away, the more people just started coming to me, to the point where now I don't advertise. I don't have to advertise. I get automatic people asking me, can I make this? Can I make that? And word of mouth. I don't do messy. I don't do drama. So on my page, they could go on my page and they see that and they come directly to me. So that's what you can do. Just do a bunch of gifts. I couldn't afford it, to be honest with you, but it was something I had to do in order for people to know what I do, in order for them to realize that this is what I can do, and um, you could benefit from my work. I had to show them, because you got to show examples. That's the best way you know how to do it. That's the best way. So yeah, there was another incident that happened. I think you was around, Shay. It was where uh certain someone learned how to graph, not necessarily from me. Kind of sort of from me, but not like, it's almost like the person who is in school, you don't really want to go through that whole class situation. You just want to go straight to the finish line. And that's what some people do. They don't want to learn the background. They don't want to learn this. They just want to go straight to it. And that's what happened. So when this person did it, this person passed. But when this person did it, he kind of sort of how can I say it? He kind of
Gave them
sort of,
away.
huh?
Gave them away.
Yeah, no. When he did it, yeah, but nobody don't really.
Honey, I
This
got a
was a
whole
while
bunch.
ago. This was so long ago, though.
I got a bunch
So,
of them.
yeah, but what he did was go into different. It was smart, very smart ass idea. He went into everybody's group and asked them, "Hi, I'm such and such. Can I please give your group free graphs?" And when he did that, it started his rotation of his business because he was able to go to all these groups. He had like what, 10, 15 groups? He had a lot of groups. He had his own group, but he went to everybody else's group. And he said, can I, just free upload some graphs that your members can have. And when he did that, people was able to get the free graphs, but then eventually down the line, people started seeing that he was helping their group. So they started making him a part of their group. And when he was a part of that group, he started becoming a little bit big, and then everybody started coming to him. The thing about it is, and this is where the mess started coming in, he did not learn everything that I taught because he felt he didn't need to. He felt like, I'm doing this, everybody like it, boom. He kind of started stepping on my toes. And the reason why I say that is because now people who were coming to me are now coming to him or going to him. Back then, I got pissed. I was not happy about it. So I started, it wasn't a rumor, it's facts, but I shouldn't have did it. And I started saying, he don't know what he doing. This shit is ugly. It's not even good. You crochet, it's gonna look ugly. And he was giving wrong information out, which that was the truth. It was the God honest truth. He was giving wrong information. When you are graphing and you say, like, a lot of people come to me and they say, Shauna, can you make me a graph for single crochet? Or can you make me a graph for Tunisian? Or can you make me a graph for C2C? He was telling people that there's different graphs for all of them when it's not. And so I was saying, he don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing. And I should never did it. This was years ago. I should never did it. And because I did it, I started losing, even though his stuff was not great and it was very mediocre. And my stuff was way more detailed. I still lost. I lost at the end. And I lost at the end because people are like, well, I still like it. And that's his right. That's your right. That's whoever's right to go to whoever they want to go to. And I had to learn that and I had to grow on it. And I also realized that even if he was going up and he was getting great at what he did, not really, but when he was getting to the point where he was getting a lot of people, it was so overwhelming for him that he couldn't keep up with it. And because it was so overwhelming, he started slipping. And when he started slipping, then that's when people were getting upset. And then what did I do? I threw water in that gas because I felt like that was my opportunity.
You mean you put fire out onto the gasoline?
Basically, yeah. And because I did that, it kind of backfired on me. It did. It backfired. Because the screenshots, when you talk about this person and talk about that person, people screenshot. Whether you think they are or not, you thinking, oh, I'm talking to this person. She's not going to do that. They do. They screenshot. And the screenshot went everywhere. And yeah. So that did not help me with my business back then. It actually hindered a whole lot for me. And I had to learn a great deal from that. And I don't think I graphed for like a whole year and a half from that. I didn't graph. And then around that time I was homeless. Like, I felt like that was karma. I felt like everything that I was doing previously, it was just karma. I believe strongly in karma. I believe strongly in what you do unto others, it would come back to you. I believe that the more positive things you do, the more you help people, the more good things you do, good things will come back. But the messy stuff that you do, it definitely comes back. So I felt like I was just going through a cycle of toxic stuff, and it not only messed with my business, it messed with my mind, it messed with my body, it messed with my soul. Like, I even felt like my face, you could like see it in my face. You could see that it was putting a toll on me for starting mess. And then people saw you for just that, messy. And people start saying, she messy.
Here comes Messy Betty.
Yeah. So the great thing about it now is I am able to talk about it. I am able to be honest about it. And I am able to say, that stopped. That stopped a while ago. There's no need for me to be messy. There's no need for me to talk about this person and that person to whoever, because I don't want to go back there anymore. I don't want to go back there. It's just wrong anyway. And I don't want to be in that situation where I was before at all. Because I really thought that everything was going great. And then next thing you know, my life just went downhill again. And I really believe it was karma. You don't do that to people. You just don't. And even if you feel like they are doing stuff to you, you 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 let them get theirs on their own. You don't have to do it. Because that's what I felt. I felt like I had to do something about it. That's what I felt. He made me mad. He pissed me off. I'm hurt. You're gonna hurt. And that didn't help at
Hurt.
all. It was self-hatred. Self-hatred. I see in you what I don't want to see in me. And that's what was happening. I was going through that. But then throughout the years, I realized after being with positive people, Gail helped me a whole lot. She may not have known she did, but she did. My girl Juanita helped me so much when it came down to certain things. And I was also told a truly successful woman, the difference between a truly successful woman and a wannabe. A truly successful lady is going to make sure that that other person succeeds first. That wannabe is not going to want you to succeed first. But I want you to succeed. I want every last one of you to succeed. Even if I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be yet. But if I keep helping you and I keep giving you this information and making sure that you are good and your business is good, that is so selfish. Not selfish. Oh my God. That is so
Selfless.
that's not the word I wanted to say. It's so beneficial for my well-being. It's beneficial for me because I see the growth in you and I can see that you could be successful. And when you become successful, I'm so excited. I'm so honored. I'm so happy that I was able to be with you and on your journey. And I realized that the more and more I help others, it just keep coming back. And a lot of times I don't even have to do anything and it just comes back. So that's when I also started doing law of attraction. So you always hear me talk about that. A lot of people believe it. Some people don't. I didn't. I didn't in the beginning. I felt like it was the stupidest thing somebody ever told me. But once I started doing it and I started saying, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to be successful and my business is going to take off. And once I started saying that and actually believing it, like I literally believe in my head and I say it. I say it every day. It's like a chant. It's like a mantra. I write it down. It's on my walls. When I brush my teeth, I say it and it happens. Now, we have a problem. A lot of us have a problem. And that's when you see another successful person, You want to be just like that person. And you feel like a lot of people feel like, well, she's successful, so there ain't no room for me. So I gotta tear her down so I can get there. Let me tell you something. That successful woman is that successful woman's that's the journey she went through. What you're gonna go through may be way better. It's just not your time. And you can say that over and over and over and over again, but I feel it now. I feel deep down inside that my life from here on is nothing but up. Nothing but up. Because I was already prepared. I was being groomed into this warrior that I am now. You know? Cancer. I had breast cancer at 25. I had to take care of my sisters at a very young age. You know, my dad died of a heroin overdose. My mom was I don't want to put her business out there, but not in a great space. My grandma had to raise me, and I just had a lot of toxic relationships because this is what I grew up on. Even though I was like in a the crazy thing is I could say that I was in a like I had a really dysfunctional family, but I had that middle class dysfunctional family, which is crazy. Education, yeah, everybody, education has to be up there. You can't speak improper grammar. You can't do this. You can't do that. You have to do this. You have to do that. I went to Catholic school. And I even have this, and I kind of feel some type of way about this, but I have a friend who is Caucasian, and she calls me the white girl. She actually said that I sound like I'm from Boston. She said, "Why do you always sound like you're from Boston?" I was her boss. I was her boss, and she was so dingy. And she'd be like, "I'm the black girl and you're the white girl." And then I thought about it because I used to laugh at it back then, and I used to actually say it. And now I kind of find it offensive. I don't think it's funny anymore. I think the more I matured, the more I grew, the more I realized like she would tell me that she grew up in the ghetto and she grew up with having to go get government cheese, and but then she identified herself with being black. And I told her, I said, "Honey, I'm black and I didn't have to do that." So I had to say it because I couldn't keep allowing her to keep putting me in that, well, she wasn't putting me in it, but putting black people in that space, in a space of uh, you're black because the stereotype is you are from the ghetto and you are not a hot wire car, because that's what she said she know how to do. She know how to hot wire. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get into a locked door. I don't know how to do none of that. But apparently she does. So yeah, that's something that I had to learn as well. I realized also that helped me mentally. And when stuff like that helps you mentally, your business gets better, your mindset is better, everything gets better once you start realizing who you are, what your worth is. I had to explain to her, like, I don't want you to say that no more. Stop saying I'm a white girl, because I'm not. Because I had education, because we was raised in a middle class family, because I still had a dysfunctional family, but we were raised differently. That don't mean I'm not a black girl. I kind of felt some type of way about that. I went to school to become an LPN. I was making great money. I had my own townhouse. I had a car. And just like that, all of that went up in smoke. Just like that. Everything gone. But it was meant to happen. And I had to realize that because I was going through all of that and it was taken away from me, I should not cause my pain onto someone else. And that's what I did. When I started the whole social media situation, I was so messy, and I would tell people like, I'm from Jersey. What you gonna do about it? And you wouldn't say that in front of my face. Like I would get so rude, reckless, and it was told to me by someone who I respected and by someone who I admire that you are so much better than that. You have so much class. You were raised better than that. Do better. Do better. And then all of that just started coming together. All the situations that I was going through, all of the messiness that was happening in all those groups, all the messiness that I was spilling out into my social media, my posts. When you do that and you put that stuff up on your post, people see it. People see the ratchetness. People see the toxic stuff that you may post, and you are potentially losing customers. They see it. I get customers who I don't even think pay attention to my page because they never respond, they never like anything. I don't know that they're looking. And then out of the blue, someone says, "Oh, can I get this because I like that and I love what you do?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't even know you was watching my page." Nah, I watch. I'm just, I just stay to the back. If you know that one person is to the backside watching your page, it's 100, 1,000 more people like that person. And you do not want them to see your mess. You do not want them to see that because whatever you put out there, they are going to remember that. And when you want your business, the first thing they're going to remember is, well, I don't want her butt all over my blanket because all her pictures, she naked. Or she always arguing with her man. When do she have time to even make my outfit? Or she got all that baby mama, baby daddy drama. She don't have time to make my stuff. Uh, they see it. They hear it. They see it. And I'm not just a witness. I am a culprit. I am a culprit. I even had my mom, "Shauna, stop putting that stuff up there. Shauna, stop doing that. Shauna, stop doing it." My sister, "I can't believe you put that up there." And I used to get so mad at people for telling me, "Stop putting that up there. Stop doing this. Stop doing that." Then I'm wondering, why I can't get orders? Why I can't do this? Why nobody is paying attention to me? Well, once that stopped, I stopped putting that messiness up there, telling my business. Um, business just started coming automatically. And I didn't have to worry about advertising because the more consistent that I got, the more I just kept splitting out, the more positive things started happening. So, law of attraction, I manifest my space that I am in now, which is peaceful. I'm so blessed, so blessed. I don't want for nothing. Like right now, this very second, I'm going through a lot right now because my son is graduating from college on Sunday. He does not have a cap and gown. I ordered it in March. Here it is, May. 6 days before his graduation, I do not have a cap and gown for him. So I am different than what I was back then. Because back then, the old Shauna, oh, it would be some smoke in the city. This company, it will be some smoke in the city. And I'm mad. Don't get me wrong. I'm very upset and I'm very mad. But that would be what I'm going through now. It would be so much, like I would be so upset and fuming that I feel like I gotta get them back because they messing with my child. They messing with me. They messing with my family. And I spent so much time doing that it didn't help. It didn't help anything. It didn't help me. It didn't help my business. It didn't help my family. It actually kind of sort of made things worse. So I stopped. And I realized now I'm a little calmer. And I know no matter what, whether he has a cap and gown or not, he did it. 4 years, 3.8 GPA. He did it.
Country.
He did it. So whether he
Ma'am.
has a cap and gown or not, he did it.
Ma'am, why don't you diva and crochet him a hat, boo?
A hat? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead
Crochet him a
serious.
hat?
Yeah.
No. Shay, that's ugly and corny.
See, there you go.
I can't stop. I'm sorry. I just can't. I have to say, I have to, because if I
Who
didn't,
cares? He worked for it. Make that boy a cap.
Shay, no. I'd rather him walk down that aisle with his shorts on than to crochet a cap.
I didn't say make a gown, ma'am. I just said a cap.
I said no.
How anybody gonna know? It's black. Put some cardboard on that joker.
When you know better, you do better. It's good to learn and blossom. Amen, Peachy. Amazon has some on sale and on Prime. Order one and then send them the bill. I tried. It didn't. I'll talk about that another time. I tried that part, and it's not gonna get here in time. Yeah. It started rising again. Started rising that anger. Because this morning I had to like literally sit back and pray. And this is the older, more mature Shauna. I literally just stop what I'm doing and pray. And I would like close my eyes. Sometimes I would listen to music. Sometimes I would just relax. And I realized in divine order. That's what I keep saying to myself. In divine order. Everything's going to be okay no matter what. Calm down, because me getting really mean and angry is not going to help the situation. Me being smart about it and wise will. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, Peachy, this whole entire weekend, my family, like we all was trying to get some like second opinions and even asking other people, did they have a cap and gown in their closet and whatever. And the thing about Amazon, it just wasn't going to come in time, and it wasn't the one that wasn't the color. It was just not happening for Amazon. But I do have other solutions, and just in case the place does not do what they said they're gonna do, I have some other solutions. But we'll see. The only thing about it is I have to come out my pocket again. And then eventually I have to ask for a refund. So that's something that I will have to do. But I'll do anything for him though. I'll do anything.
You would crochet him a hat. But I digress. I
need you to not say that again. I am not crocheting no daggone chat. No.
Okay.
So like I was saying earlier, we try to mimic what we know. It could have been in our households. It could have been something that we saw other people that we admire do. I'm a culprit. I'm a grandma chick. I was around my grandma all the time. I would sit right next to her and I would absorb everything she say, everything she do. And she gossiped. She gossiped all the tea. And I'd be like, Grandma, and what happened? And she don't even be talking to me. She could be talking to somebody else. And I'd be like, you know how when our elders say, girl, get out my mouth. Get out. Stay out of grown folks' business. Yeah, my grandma letting me stay in the business. She ain't let nobody else but me because I was her favorite. I was in the business, and I'll be like, and then what did I do? I go out and tell. So that was something that was just a toxic situation that I grew and learned how to do. And I know I'm not the only. And I know I'm not the only one that did mess. I am not the only one that spread rumors. I am not the only one that gossiped. The thing about it is, it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller when you find the people that admit it, realize they're wrong, corrected their wrong, and they learned from it and don't do it no more. That's the real MVP. That's the person who I need to, because it's hard in these streets, especially when they say tea and shade all the time. And then when you go on social media and the first thing you see is Portia just got engaged. And to guess who, girl? She got engaged to her co-star. And guess who did? Guess what I did? I posted. But you want to know something? I posted for a reason. It was a reason why I did it. And it was kind of sort of like an inside joke, but not everybody caught the inside joke. It was an inside joke. And I really don't care. Some people may say she's smart. She moved really smart. Some people may say she's dumb. Some people may say she doesn't value herself or her body. That's not my business. That's not your business.
I was about to say, because at the end of the day, guess what? We ain't got Portia's money. We ain't got Portia's vajayjay. It don't matter to me because Portia ain't paying not now go one of my bills.
Exactly. So I don't care. I don't care what she do. If that's what she want to do and she happy, all hail the queen.
Kudos to you, boo.
I need to stay with my business and how my business is running. And when you realize that your business is not going that extra mile, because there are so many different ingredients to fulfill the recipe of your business. The different ingredients that you need is for you. Your special spices, your special concoction is going to help you with your business. And mine may be different. My souffle may be a little fluffier. Yours may be a little different, but the fact that we all have our own different recipe and we move differently, that's what makes us who we are. So if you keep adding that same ingredient that is not kind of sort of taken off and your recipe may not taste good, try to change it up a little and maybe it will be successful and everybody will love it and everybody will want a piece of it. I had to do it and and it was successful after I learned how to change them different ingredients. And once the ingredients were like spot on and everybody started taking a piece of it, man, it was on and popping, and I never changed it from then. I felt like I need to stick with it and don't change it. I'm always going to be Shauna. I'm always going to be brutally honest, but it's because I don't want to steer anyone wrong. I don't want to tell you your stuff look good when it don't. I don't want to say I love to do it just to be your friend, because I don't need friends that don't understand that. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. It doesn't benefit me or you if I lie. And that's what I think everyone should do. But some people just don't want to hurt other people's feelings. So instead, they tell a little bit of lie. That little bit of lie is like messy. Because in the back of your head, or you probably telling somebody else, that stuff is ugly.
But you know, too, you can still like you. It's all in how you deliver it.
All right. So let's talk about that. Because that's exactly why when I spoke to my best friend, Juanita, when she was on here, I asked her that. That was a question that I asked. And I'm even gonna say it because I'm in a social group, right? In the social group, something was said to me that I didn't understand because no one never said this to me. And it wasn't something malicious at all. They weren't saying anything to hurt me or anything. They were saying it to for me to understand. Um, Sometimes when you say certain things, you kind of say it, but I don't know how else do I say it, because I might say, excuse me. I might excuse myself, or I don't mean to, hurt anybody's feelings, but that's for people who don't know me or don't understand me. If I was talking to Gail, Shay, Disha, um, Miss Peachy, if I was talking to one of y'all, I might say it a little differently, because I mean no harm. I don't mean no harm at all. Like I might say something to Shay, but she has told me sometimes I'm a little rough.
You mean?
You think I'm cutthroat? Shay, now you're really making me feel some type of way.
I love you though. Girl, you use a killer. Sometimes, just truth be told, sometimes use a pow. You've been doing better. I will say that. I'll give you kudos to that. Sometimes you're a killer, mama.
Okay. Okie dokie. Well, I don't mean to.
But like you say, you like me. I'ma tell you. Like I say, you don't believe me, I'm shy. But when I get mad, I'm my mother's junior. This like she already loose and say whatever. But when my mama junior, honey, my therapist had to talk to me about that one. Because yeah, I do that. But you do what you know. And if that's what you know, that's what you know. And what do they say? Well, they said know better, do better. But if you don't know something different, you continue to do what you do. You see what I'm saying? And because I don't like Mama Junior, that's why I had to go and venture out to learn something different. Because that's not gonna work for me. Because somebody might really get mad and try to kick my ass. I'm just saying.
That's something that my mom, because in my family we were kind of like fighters, so I always felt like I'm not scared of nobody. You can say whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to kick your ass. That was like the younger me. The thing about it is, it's always somebody out there who kick your ass, whether I know it or not. That never happened. But I never put myself in that. The older I got, I never put myself in that situation to where we have to fight.
Knuck if
It's
your butt
not
to.
that serious. It's not that serious at all. But I have gotten into some confrontations, and I felt it was definitely highly needed to kick ass. But I didn't. I didn't. I think that I matured so much. I matured so much. I am very comfortable in my age. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'm very comfortable with the people I decided to hang around with now, because I choose who I want to be around, which is those people who I feel like have my best interests, their best interests, other people's best interests, and I feel comfortable. And that's what makes me a successful Black woman, because now I can live peaceful. I could live peaceful. And I didn't realize that when all of those things started to come all together, and it started making sense for me that my business wasn't working because I started doing stupid stuff. My business wasn't doing what I needed it to do. I realized that now it is. And it's kind of it's not as hard as I thought it was back then. It really isn't. You just keep doing what you need to do. Keep that same recipe. As long as it works, keep the same ingredients and keep doing it. You can add some flavor in there every now and then, but just make sure it is scrumptious. Because once it's scrumptious, you on all the way up from there, and that is it. I am.
Cause seriously, people don't understand. Your tribe can hinder you so bad. Like, oh, and I guess that's why, like, truth be told, when it comes to my little life, locally, it's me and my dog. That's my tribe. Because I can't with a lot of other people. I got my Facebook tribe, you, Disha, Gail, you know, that those other people, like, you need people to call you on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, which y'all do with each other. It's cool.
We all do with
You
each
got,
other. Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
need people to do that, but and sometimes it might be to a point where you might not be able to say it so nicely. You know what I'm saying? Because they might care that much to where they need to call you on your shit and get you where you need to be. But you have those other people, like you said, them gossipers and the stuff like that. They're not your tribe. And that's one thing I say with me that I've learned. And that's why, like, my little life, other than my immediate, it's been good. Do I have to roll dolo? Hmm. And I'm okay with it. And it's hot. God damn, it's hot.
It is, right? Well, this I'm hot too, and I got this light black on me too. But yeah,
Hot.
it is. It did get hot. But yeah, my not just my business, but my life is at peace. It's flourishing, and I'm happy about it. I am excited for what's to come because I know that as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm good. My family is good. We all gonna be good. I'm gonna learn on how to be a little bit more. Try not to keep saying that's gonna be hard because I really deep down still feel in my heart, if you are a friend, if I tell you, girl, that don't look good. Some people say it's not worth, like, why are you even bringing it up or why are you even saying it? Because I'm your friend. I want you to know it don't look good.
Now, here's something else that my therapist told me. Not everything needs to be said. Pick your battles. Not
Okay,
everything
so this
needs
is
to be
where I
said.
have to say, you have to understand people's background and the reason why they say or do what they do. You have to understand that. Some people be like, I don't care about the background. I don't care about their story. But the reason why certain people walk the way they walk, talk the way they talk, is because of how they were brought up or something may have happened. And that's me. Me. I was shy. I never really said too much of anything. And I never really talked a lot. And it was so many things that I wanted to do, I wanted to say, so many things that I just felt like it would benefit everyone, and I never did it. And a situation happened, and when that situation happened, it scarred me. So I promised myself I would always speak up. I would always say something. And especially if I really care for you and I really love you and I really feel like I should say something. Yeah, it might be something that you may think I shouldn't have said. You may think that you could have kept that to yourself, but deep down inside, I'm thinking this is something I want to say because I don't want you to go through what I went through. Because what I
Now,
went through hurt. And I
now,
don't want you to hurt like how I was hurting.
and I, oh, that was my computer that went off. And I get that 100%. But one thing that I've learned, and I also had to explain that to my mom, like sometimes people got to learn on their own, and it sucks.
Yeah,
But you
but
can
I'm
also
talking
still tell
about,
them.
huh?
But you can also still tell them. But like once you tell them, you told them.
I don't know if it makes sense. Maybe I should elaborate a little bit.
Okay.
When I was a little younger, I'm going to say 20s, 30s, I am. My mom always used to say I'm plain Jane. I didn't like makeup. I didn't like jewelry like that. I didn't care about my hair. I didn't care what I wore. I just didn't care. I used to wear scarves outside. It didn't bother me. I didn't care. Then she don't. I mean, she knows now, but back then she didn't realize how every time she would say certain things to me, it kind of stuck into me because um you want to make your mom happy. You want to make other people happy. So I was doing things thinking I was making her happy when in reality it was making me like so messed up inside. And the older I got, the more I just, especially because I was in a bad space, I looked like I was in a bad space. My mom always told me, you may be bad, you may be doing bad, you may not even be doing great at all, but you don't have to look like it. So she was the type of person that always was like getting dressed up, wearing nice clothes. I mean, we could be homeless, but nobody would never know. We could have no lights, nobody would never know. I looked at it as you're selfish. That was wrong because the money you use to get the clothes, the money you use to get your nails done and your hair done could have been used to pay the bill. That's how I felt. That's what I went through. And so I used it as a mechanism as I grew up to make sure I don't be like that. But because I did that, I was really not taking care of Shauna. I realized I should have took what my mom said not to heart, but maybe like listened a little bit. But the crazy thing is I heard everything she said. I just didn't do it. I heard everything she said because the older I got, the more when this incident happened, and I spoke about it during my podcast, but when this incident happened, and my sister told me about it, and my sister cried, and we have a great bond. My sister cried and cried and cried, and she had to cut somebody up because this person said I looked like a crackhead.
Oh.
I've never in my life used crack. I'm scared of drugs because my father died of an overdose. I would never do that. But this person didn't even realize that was my sister. And when she saw me, she said I looked like a crackhead. She said that's a shame what happens when people do drugs because I was her nurse. She was like, I remember her. She was a great nurse. She did this, she did that. She was like one of my best nurses ever. And then all of a sudden, she just disappeared. And now I see she on drugs. She told that to my sister, not realizing she was talking to my sister. That was a situation that kind of made a turn for me and my sister's relationship, for me and how I felt about me and how I used to take in what my mom used to say about the no matter what you're going through, you shouldn't have to look like it. So I can do that without having to worry about my bills not being paid because that was a problem that I had back then. My light should not be out trying to look good. And I always made sure my kids had before I did. Always. But you want to know something? I ain't got to worry about none of that anymore. None of that. Lights on, bills paid. I'm still able to look cute. My kids got. I'm good. But that lady who said that I look like a crackhead, how about my sister told her exactly, she said you better watch what you say and who you say it to. Because that's my sister. That's blood. That's my blood sister. And it's taken me everything not to kick your ass. Because my sister was about to hurt her. Because my sister was getting her hair done. The stylist had to stop her. She was about to hurt the lady. And she told the lady, don't you ever say that anything like that, because you don't realize my sister had cancer. My sister had to walk around in pain and make sure my whole household was taken care of. I had to take care of my whole entire household, even though I was sick, even though I had to go through chemo, radiation, and people telling me your survival rate is this low because of your age and the chemo that we're giving you, we don't know if it's going to work. So I had all of this on my back and I still had to work. I still had to pay the bills. I still had to make sure my son was going to school. I had to do the mommy, the daughter, and the sister responsibilities. And then you wonder why I was warned, why I was the way I was. And so you don't know everyone's story. Before you gossip, before you spread rumors, you don't know everyone's story. You don't know why they're going through what they're going through. You don't know why they may not be what you are. You may be good. You may have a job. You may have a car, but you don't know why that other person don't. So the rumors and everything, save it. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. And you don't know the whole story. And because you don't know the whole story, that's the reason why you should just mind your damn business. Maybe your business would be good if you mind it. And with that being said, I am out. I'm out. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all later. Have a good evening. Bye, sunshines.